And last, but by certainly no means least, we have a group providing a fun, friendly, supportive and challenging environment for their community to enjoy a sport they love. Please give a huge round of applause for the Manawatu Mountain Bike Club representing Palmerston North.
The things you have to do as a mayor. Kia ora, I'm now the new Lycra Mayor of Palmerston North City, Grant Smith. I'm standing here between drinks tonight and the last presentation, so a short presentation is a good presentation. We're here to intro the Manawatu Mountain Bike Club, represented by these good sorts here. Hayden, take note. Tom Bamford in his daytime job as a Fonterra engineer, and Phil Stevens as a schools instructor at Sport Manawatu. These guys represent a club 900 strong, which has had a big impact on the recreational and sporting health of Palmerston North City, from weekend warriors and kids through to competitive bike rides and events, as well as developing our premier bike facility, Arapuki Mountain Bike Park. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom and Phil from the Manawatu Mountain Bike Club.
Hi Phil, I've just got a new mountain bike. Shall we go for a ride?
Great idea. Where should we go?
Well, I hear the Manawatu Mountain Bike Club has been building some great trails up at Arapuki. Let's go and give them a try. Are you going to come with us, Grant?
Hi, esteemed volunteers. Tom and I are going to tell you about the Manawatu Mountain Bike Club, and particularly some of the people who make it all possible. While we have our share of crazy downhill obsessed riders, we are a club that caters for everyone with a passion for mountain biking.
Do you want to try and get that going? Maybe we've got to turn it on. Doesn't that work well?
And again.
I'm not really, I'm an engineer, I'm meant to be an engineer. Doesn't involve turning switches on. Over the past 5 years, membership of the club has grown from around 200, as Grant said, up to 900 members. Our skills development program, iBike for Kids, and the development of trails have all contributed to the phenomenal growth, underpinned by the dedication of a great bunch of people volunteering a huge amount of their time.
Our goal is to facilitate and provide mountain biking opportunities in the region. To fulfil this goal, we engage in all areas of mountain biking, developing a range of trails catering to all riders, helping our members develop the skills required to safely enjoy the sport, and organising events, both competitive and recreational, so we can all ride our bike in a social atmosphere. Skills development sessions are held weekly alongside the Manawatu River during the summer and include sessions for youngsters and older riders. Recently, the sessions have been extended to Arapuki to extend riders' skills on more challenging trails. Colin and Raywin have had a huge impact on the schools development program. Both were on the committee for over 10 years, covering virtually every position on the committee. They stepped down from the committee a few years ago. It would have been easy and well deserved for them to step back and just enjoy their riding. But no, they carry on doing a sterling job running the program. The number of riders, young and old, turning up for the skills sessions grew rapidly. It started out with 10 riders every session in the early days, and suddenly we had up to 170 riders coming along in an evening to learn about mountain biking. We therefore had to expand the group of volunteers to help Colin and Ray run the sessions. With the assistance of Cycling NZ, we have held several courses to provide training for our volunteers. This provides benefits for the club and also has a secondary benefit for the volunteers, giving them an opportunity to develop their own skills and learn some teaching skills. We're delighted like you to meet some of the riders that have benefited from our skills development program. Adam went through the program as a 7-year-old and has gone on to win national and Oceania championships as a 13-year-old. The really great thing that he still loves riding his mountain bike, spending endless hours riding or helping his father design and build some of our more technical trails. Perhaps the next Sam Gaze with manners. Gareth was one of the boys that came through the original skills development sessions. Over the past few years, Gareth has won many medals at National Series rounds and national championships and represented his club and company. While he is always very focused on his racing, Gareth still enjoys recreational rides and trips with our club. Ross and Karen joined the club as 50-something beginners and quickly learnt the skills to get them out there mountain biking. They have become regular participants and supporters of our club and now involve their children and grandchildren. Ross has also become a huge supporter of our Raumai trail building team, putting in lots of time grooming our sands forests.
Our next case study is about the redevelopment of the Arapuki Forest Park, which was purchased by the Palmerston North City Council in 2006 as a recreation reserve. After forest harvesting began in 2011, the club began formulating a plan to redevelop the park. The challenge we faced was anticipating the terrain under the remaining pine trees covering much of the park still. To ensure we made the best use of this terrain, and it is challenging, and to help us build a coordinated trail network, we engaged one of the country's top trail builders to develop a concept. While the trail development plan has evolved, it has provided an excellent basis to ensure we meet our goals for developing a park that has something for all riders, from novice and young and old up to very top expert riders. Volunteer-led dig days have been a core resource for the redevelopment. As trail building has evolved from local contractors when we first started developing the park to using now professional trail builders, the volunteer work has also evolved, allowing more time for volunteers to do what they are really keen on, building new, hand-built technical trails where they can impart their own special character. Another super volunteer we have is this fellow here, Russell. He's an absolutely excellent example of the passion and enthusiasm that makes all this happen. Russell spends countless hours building technical trails that can only be described as works of art. He's a very important part of our Arapuki committee, and also tirelessly leads the on-the-ground trail building up at the park, including managing and running and organising the monthly dig days. So we're also now seeing large numbers of riders visiting from outside the region following this redevelopment. This is demonstrated by a growth of a new event, the Arapuki Enduro. From just over 50 riders at the first event a couple of years ago, we had 114 riders, seen here at the briefing of our most recent Enduro, with around a third of those riders making the trip north from Wellington. Overall, the Arapuki Park has seen a tremendous growth of both walkers and mountain bikers, with the latter doubling over the past 3 years. Let's take a look now at what we've done so far and what these bikers are coming to ride. We fully expect this growth to continue as we develop more trails in the park.
What really makes all this possible are the many passionate and enthusiastic people who put in a huge amount of time and effort to support the club and all of its members. This starts with the management committee, who oversee the club activities, with subcommittees who make it all happen. One of the successful ingredients is giving each subcommittee a large degree of autonomy to undertake their activities the best way they see fit, with the main committee providing overview to ensure the club's vision is maintained and that we're all working in the same direction. This also keeps the volunteers coming back.
The use of professional trail builders has required a huge increase in funding, with some great work being done by another small team to raise the funds. The philosophy used has been to invest some club funds, supported by a grant from PNCC as seed funding, to apply for grants from various charitable organisations. Utilising the seed funding, we've been able to turn $30,000 into $150,000 to $200,000 per year. These funds are further topped up by sponsorship from local businesses, and of course our volunteer trail building is the cherry on top of the cake.
The club's activities are possible due to the huge volunteer contributions, keeping the club's overheads low. This enables us to maintain low membership fees and also low event fees. We have spent some time telling you about the skills development program and Arapuki redevelopment, but we also engage in a wide range of other activities. Our winter series is run over 6 rounds on a sand-based course, ideal for wet winter riding. The series was started nearly 10 years ago and has gone from strength to strength with up to 170 riders entering each round. iBike is a special event on our calendar. It is designed specifically for young kids, giving them a taste for riding around the trails in Palmerston North. It has been a tremendous success, with 400 to 450 youngsters entering each year to give it a go. Many of them go on to ride our winter series and drag their parents in as well.
While we feel we've come a long way, the Manawatu Mountain Bike Club is not resting on its laurels. Our future is looking very bright with great support from our local community, including the Palmerston North City Council. We've just completed a new strategic plan to guide us over the next few years and to keep us on track as we go forwards. So thanks very much, everyone. Before we go, we'd like to congratulate all of those great organisations that we've seen today.
Thank you.